Hello, it's time for another episode of Discipleship Today. We took a break for a couple of weeks and I interviewed a couple of guys that have been pouring into my life, and I've had an opportunity to disciple with them. And this week we're jumping back into the book of John as a discipleship text. We've been using it right along. We've been in chapter 5, and chapter and verse designations were not inspired, they were added later. And there's some designations here, some things that have been split up that really shouldn't have been split up. In the end of 5, verse 17, I'm going to run through that section and a couple of sections together here because the division isn't good here. Jesus says right at the end of verse 17, "My Father is working until now, and I am working." This is why the Jews were seeking all the more to kill him, because not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God his own Father and making himself equal with God. And we've got a great thing that we've got this relationship with God through his Son, Jesus Christ. Not only can we call God our Father, but we can call him our friend. And that's a really neat thing that God does as he reaches into our lives. And then Jesus pours into this next section. Starting in verse 19, he goes into the whole idea that he has the authority to do what he's doing. So Jesus said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, the Son can do nothing of his own accord, but only what he sees the Father doing. For whatever the Father does, that the Son does likewise. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all that he himself is doing. And greater works than these will he show him, so that you may marvel. For as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, so also the Son gives life to whom he will. The Father judges no one, but has given all judgment to the Son, that he may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father. Whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life. He does not come into judgment, but passes from death to life. Truly, truly, I say to you, an hour is coming and is now here, when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. For the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son also to have life in himself. And he has given all authority to execute judgment, because he is the Son of Man. Do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming, when all who are in the tombs will hear his voice and come out. Those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment." Jesus here is talking about his authority to be in judgment over the whole world, because the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. He was tested in every way, but never sinned. And that's what makes him the righteous judge. Because he's been tempted in every way that we are, because he has lived the life on this earth that we have, he is the authority. He is the judge. God has handed that into his hands. I know that there are some people out there that deny the resurrection. Some good people. But we have to believe in a resurrected Christ. The difference between the Christians and everybody else on this planet, every other religion on this planet worships a dead prophet, a dead founder. We worship a risen Savior who sits at the right hand of God in complete judgment of this world because he lived here. Would you want a judge to judge you that had never been tempted the same way that you are? And that a king would take off his kingly robe, put on pauper's clothes, and wander among his people. And that's the Savior of the world that we worship. And it helps us see, as he discipled John and he discipled these other 11 guys that he poured his life into, and it changed them. When they really, really understood that he was resurrected, it changed them. They would never deny him again. Matter of fact, all of them that we know of would die for their faith other than John himself. And we're not sure of John's end. We have some hints and some pseudographical writings that aren't in the Bible, but we believe that John's relationship with Jesus Christ was so strong because they had spent all this time together. And that's really what I'm encouraging you to do. Spend time together with people. And just because they don't think exactly the same way as you, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It will stretch you in different ways and help you grow in your Christian faith. For Discipleship Today, my name's Pastor Bob Benson. Have a blessed day.